So my name's Kyle Edwards. I've got two companies. I've got Base One and Opportunity Network Empower Limited. Both are specialist housing providers within West Sussex. It's actually changed a lot. So my original business that I started probably about 8 years ago, which is when I first met Paul, was just for private lets, residential lettings. So within that time, I spent a lot of time with Paul growing the business, and it actually got to a point where I realised I didn't want to do that anymore. So completely jumped ship, sold that company with the help of Paul, with a lot of advice and a lot of tears and a lot of advice on how to do that, and set up my two new companies. It's an ever-changing process as well. As the businesses are growing, we've got more chaos that gets released. So yeah, it's having Paul sort of just advise how to bring it back in. Having someone that isn't involved in the actual business that can take a bird's eye view from it from afar and spot anything that I'm missing. I always like to think that I know everything, but for someone to come in and say, well, you could be doing that differently, that was a really big attraction. Using SMART goals, using default diaries, anything like that has helped massively to plan out what I'm doing, keep me on track. Because a lot of the times I'm setting myself targets and goals, and I'll just leave it running for weeks thinking that I'm on it. Until Paul sends me that text and says, have you done this? He knows the importance of it. Until I get that message, sometimes I'll just go along thinking it's okay. So to have that is, it's great, good reminder. It's the discussions that we have about the bigger picture, it's really helpful. I get so bogged down in the nitty-gritty until we sit down and he says, okay, what are we doing next? Without that prompt, it's difficult to think of it on your own. So again, we're standing in our office, new office that's been built. Before we had plans to go into a much smaller office. So with Paul's help as well, we're planned to have some big growth, hence why we need bigger offices and bigger turnovers, bigger profits. The team works differently in the sense that because I'm more regimented with my time, the team then have to work around me. They know where I'm spending it, when I'm available. So yeah, people have modified their timetables to fit in with mine.